Hello, it's Charlee Velazquez from Rugby in Florida and Tifro. I am here in my series Who's the Ref? And Who's the Ref today is Mike Nevin, aka Kiwi. You can tell. So, Mike, nice to see you. Very nice tournament we have today. Beautiful setting, right?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Great field and great cause and great teams.
Where are you located?
I'm right here in Brevard.
Oh, you're here. So you see these guys a lot.
Yeah. No, I used to.
So you're gonna have them on the short list.
I know the way they cheat.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about your rugby history as a player. You're obviously from New Zealand. When you came to the States, when?
Yeah, so I started when I was 4. Back in Wellington in New Zealand.
I love when I hear that, you know. This other kid from South Africa also, you know, Kai.
Yeah, Kai, yep.
At 4 also.
No, they start us early over there, and that's
no wonder you're so good.
But some people might differ on that. But yeah, it started when I was 4. I think the first year was like more of a touch kind of thing, and then I turned 5, it was tackle. Played in New Zealand and right up until I left in '98.
Do you guys also play barefoot when you're little?
In the backyard and when we get the boys out.
In the games, no?
No, I mean we didn't.
That's a South African thing.
Yeah, maybe that is, yeah.
No, they definitely do, yeah.
We get a lot of rain over there, so the bare feet might be a little tough. But yeah, then came over in '98 to play for the Austin Huns in Texas. And
you came for work or something like that?
No, I had a friend that was playing for the Huns, and he said
to play rugby.
Yeah, so he said, "Come on over. They need another foreign guy." So I came over and played for them. So played a couple of seasons there. Then moved to Brevard, with my wife was born and raised here. Joined the Red Eyes. Went back for a year to Austin. Ended up going to the Sweet 16 that year, which was pretty cool. And came back and played with the Red Eyes right up until about 3-4 years ago.
So you're a long-time player here at the club.
I think about 15 years I played for the Red Eyes.
Wow.
So yeah, no, they're a great club, great bunch of guys. We won the championship a couple of times. Went to South twice. So yeah.
You haven't won it lately, which you are planning to do, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I'm not. It's not we anymore, unfortunately. So.
What made you get into refereeing? Because there's something that, you know, there's a click, I guess, and you say, "Oh, I'm going to do this," or somebody pushes you into the field, right?
So yeah, I ended up having a lung collapse, and so because of that, it sort of forced me to retirement. I wasn't really ready to leave this game. Done it since I was 4. So. Then Keith, who used to ref here, wrote me an email, and
we miss him.
He was a great ref, and so he wrote me an email and said, "Man, I think you'd be a great ref. You need to come in." So after a little pushing and probing, I ended up going doing the course and started. And it's that first game. Did the Todd Miller Sevens in Orlando was my first game or tournament, and loved it. I love it. I mean, your best seat in the house. Can contribute back to the game. Still getting the fitness in, still part of this game. Love it, and I don't wake up Sunday morning with pain and bruises and stiffness and all that. So, yeah, no,
unless they run into you, right?
Well, yeah,
that happens.
If you're a good ref, you should probably avoid that. But yeah, no, it can happen. I saw Yusuf one time reffing out here. He got his foot turned around the other way, right in front of me.
Really?
Oh, right on this field. Yeah, the guy got swung around in the tackle and caught Yusuf's leg, got stuck in there, and his whole foot went the other way. So, it wasn't good. That
didn't deter him because he's still running.
Yeah, no, he's still going.
Or trying to run. So, what memories do you have, like a really big mistake you made? Because you know, of course, you know, referees, they're human. Players have to understand that in the same way players make a bunch of mistakes, you are the guys that have to pick which mistake you're going to blow the whistle, right?
Yeah, no, for sure.
But now and then you really screw up, I guess. Can you remember one of those?
Well, I mean, my start off was pretty good. I found it really good. My biggest problem, and I've had a few of them, where I get a little bit too emotional, and I get into the game and I start sort of, having to explain myself or argue instead of just staying calm and just controlling the game. So I've had a few games where I let my emotion get in the way.
Which is very important not to do, right?
Well, yeah, it is. I mean, it's funny because I trained when I was playing rugby. I'm spending that first hour getting all aggressive and mad and angry and hating the world. Where in reffing, really, it's changed to the opposite, where I'm really just trying to relax, be calm.
And I think it makes a big difference for the players when they see a referee who is calm and determined. You know, I'm not a very good judge of referees, but just because of how the body language and and how they blow the whistle, it just looks like, oh, he's doing a great job. Maybe he's not, but that sort of thing. I think it's like the psyche of the game that
I think it's huge.
The players need to know that.
I think it's huge. Everyone comes off.
Some games they go off rails because of the referee, of poor management of the game.
Yep.
Not showing a yellow card when they have to, or sort of slowing down the game. So game management is something that I guess you learn on the field, right?
Yeah, no, it's huge, and it was a big thing for me. It was my hardest thing was to go.
Who's your coach?
Randall's awesome. Randall Johnson. He really. I was at a point where I was ready to kind of quit. I was kind of over it. And
do you know if he's coming today?
I don't think so. But
we saw him reffing that UCF game against UConn the other day.
Awesome ref.
Which I totally missed. And we did on the podcast mention the game, and we didn't mention him, but he made sure to remind me. So.
No, but Randall's awesome.
Of course.
He's definitely. I mean, Keith got me into it. Roy's awesome.
And the reason I'm asking is because I just like to, so people know that referees. I know for a fact because I am sort of close to the referees. You guys are very dedicated. It's not just you just show up and you going. No, you prepare for the game. All referees have a coach.
Yep.
You don't get coached every game, but as much as you can. And tell us a little bit what happens after the game with your coach. What type of evaluation how thorough is it? I mean, and what do you learn from that?
Oh, I mean, heaps. And the cool thing about the coaching is as you get better at coaching, the level, as you get better at reffing, the coaching, they get a little bit more on you. So at first they were pretty easy, looking at the basics. Now that I've got a lot better, he's, looking at more, penalty counts, remembering what teams, all that kind of stuff, sort of getting to that next level. But you sit down, they explain it. Again, Randall, Roy, probably the two biggest coaches I had out there, would go through and sort of point some areas that I needed to improve in, and it's good because then it makes you be aware of that early enough in your refereeing career where you can fix that and not get into bad habits. So yeah, I mean, I love the feedback as long as it's positive, even the bad stuff. But
it can always be positive because what we want to do is get better referees as we want to get better teams also, right?
Oh no, for sure. I mean, the level of refereeing. I mean, that's another little bit of motivation to ref. I was probably the malviest player towards the referees.
What position did you play?
In New Zealand, I was a flanker, and then I played fly half when I came to America.
Really?
So I spoke to someone who was a big ref who said they're the two best positions to ref from, in regards to your lines and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, as I got older, fly half was a little bit easier than flanker. So, but yeah, no, it's good. I just think that the refereeing that has to be at a high level. If we're expected to grow rugby, especially here in Florida, we've got to get this refereeing levels up, and we've got to be more consistent and work more as a team. So the more tournaments we get together as referees and be around each other, I think we feed off each other a little bit, and I think that'll help us grow.
We had All Florida Day this year after a few years, which I don't know if you got to be in the old ones, the 2 day when they were 2 days.
Yep.
You got to be in one of those.
Yep.
As a ref.
No, so when I first came here, I was at the Cocoa Expo when I first did it. So,
really? Here?
Yeah, was the first Florida Day, and then we went to Veras, I think.
That is something that for referees, it's a great event, right?
Huge.
Because you get to ref a lot of games. You have everybody there, like all the coaches. Yep. So I'm a huge fan of All Florida Day for many reasons, and that is one.
Yeah.
Because for referee development, it's a great day.
Oh, it's huge. I mean, I went to the Battleship, refed out there about a month or two ago. Went up to Virginia for the Gonzaga High School one, which was super
So
awesome.
You've been traveling in these years. You managed.
Yeah.
You have been called.
I wanted to just relax and just do the local games and all that, but then I was sort of I wanted some higher quality games, and I felt like the only way I was going to get it was to start traveling a little more. And once I got off my little lazy ass and really wanted to push my rugby refereeing quality up, I felt like I had to travel.
So you mentioned Gonzaga High School. And was that like a final? Or?
So no, it was a tournament they do every year that Roy sent me to. Supposedly the up and coming refs at the time all get sent there, and you got all the high end refs throughout the country, and and they're all coaching you, and you're all mic'd up, and it was pretty impressive. Unfortunately, as soon as I got there, though, and this is one of my annoyances with refereeing in America, is that they're kind of looking for that young, tall, fast kind of referee, and I went there, and the first night we're there, and he was talking about all the refs, and they're all young except for me, and he said, all you guys are going to be on TV one day, and it's you guys are the up and coming ones, and then later on he comes up to me and he goes, except for you, you're too old. But I outran all those refs that day. I did more touch judging and refereeing than anyone else there, and he gave me a special compliment at the end. And but it was just great. I love watching other refs, and saying everyone has their own style, so you get a little bit off everybody. And it's the more refs you can see, the more tournaments you go to, you pick up just little things, and I think that just adds to making you a better referee. So I'd like to try and do this for another 10-15 years.
Yeah,
so
of course. We definitely need you. What would you say to somebody who's watching, and what would you tell them to become a referee? Why they should become a referee if they're not playing, of course?
It keeps you in the game. It keeps you fit and healthy and all that, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, I understand those games where the coaches, spectators, players can get a little angry, upset, and some games you walk off a little bit. But in most sense, people respect you, and they're happy to have you there, and just it's just being part of that game, and it's the best seat in the house. I love it. I mean, it's awesome.
And your experience in Florida, the level of respect is okay?
Yeah, I mean, in most sense. I've got a couple of teams that I don't really enjoy reffing, which I'm not going to say.
Can you mention?
But no.
Just one. Zane.
No.
Zane. Hey.
Zane.
Please check the thing there, because I don't know. We start moving and then.
Oh, sorry.
Are we okay? Oh, there's nobody in the screen. Okay, well, maybe you can say the best team you like to ref.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just love the higher quality teams because they play the rules. The ones I get annoyed with the most, sort of the younger ones that don't know maybe the rules, the lower level ones that are
like
new.
Basic stuff that are clueless.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest thing is rolling away. When if you're the tackler, roll away. It makes a more open game. It makes the rucks less complicated. I
would think that when you have good teams playing, you have a better game yourself.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. I mean, the higher quality games you ref, to me, the easier it gets. And you don't have to deal with too much bullshit. You're really just managing the game, and people know the rules. So, but I enjoy everyone. I went down to Tampa last year and did some there, Jacksonville a lot.
Would you say for the most part, rugby players, for the most part, they respect the laws of the game, as they're not cheating as much as they can?
Right, yeah, no, I think most do. I mean, there's a couple of teams out there that maybe their coaches need to change their style of coaching their teams, because I think they're trying to find the easy way out instead of, going through the right way. So, but in most of Florida, I think everyone, is trying to play the rules right. But it's a complicated game. I mean, that ruck area is a complicated part of this game, and it's not easy to pick up on. And even the best of players can easily come in from an angle on offside or play the ball on the ground or something like that.
So many things. What do you have any preferred division you like to ref? I mean high school, men, women, whatever, college.
Yeah, no, I love the highest division men game you can do. I mean, I love doing the women too. But yeah, I mean, that's just the higher quality games. But at the same time, if you've got when we had that under 23s last year during the COVID, there were some great games there that are refed.
You ref a lot. I see you like every weekend.
Yeah, I did. I think we did 4 in a row in Jacksonville last year, which was awesome. But yeah, I mean, I love it, man. It's. I grew up in a nation that's all we cared about. That's all we die for this game, and to still be active and being able to do it is just, it makes me happy, and my wife happy too, because I'm not getting bruised and beaten and all that. So yeah.
And you leave the house a little bit.
Yeah, no. Well, it's not. And the thing is too, I was looking at coaching, but again, that's a huge commitment. Where the refereeing, I can run on my days off, and then I don't have to put as much time into it. I run a business and got young kids and just all that. So this was the easiest way to still stay in the game, awesome. Which was good. So yeah, but I love it.
Well, nice talking to you. I think we're going to have a very nice tournament today. It's a nice atmosphere, great setting. So good luck today.
Thanks,
and we'll see you around. Thank you very much.
Sounds good, Charlie. Thanks for everything you do.
Okay.
All right, bud.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Great chat.